Hey guys, my name is Phoenix. Today we're going to be reading Follow Me. It's strange enough for Tamal to be the new kid in town, but it's even stranger to be living in the house that everyone wants to avoid. A house with a very deadly story. Nobody wants to talk about what happened. Nobody except the terrifying girl Tamal keeps encountering throughout the house. Tamal's parents can't see her, but he's sure she's there and wants something from him. Tamal's family thought this house would be a new start, but instead it might be a dead end. Here, let me switch it. Chapter 1. I'm getting closer, she says, her voice echoing around the room. I'm going to find you tomorrow. I'm going to get you. I squeeze my head to my knees because if I can't see her, she can't see me, and I'm already as hidden as I can be up here, tucked away behind the moving boxes and covered with a blanket that had only moments ago been wrapped around my great-grandmother's old rocking chair. It's the perfect hiding place, but I can't convince myself it's good enough to avoid her floorboards creak, inches away from my hiding place. I don't peek. I know if I do, I'll see her feet under the gap in the blanket. I know if I do, she'll find me. I try not to breathe, try not to move the slightest bit. The floor creaks again. She's moving away. I let out a sigh. Gotcha! She yells, tossing the blanket off me. Aw, I moan. I collapse back on the carpet and look up at my new friend, Lila, whatever you want to call it. Even though my family just moved here, we're already fast friends. It helps that she was the first person I spoke to my first day of 4th grade. It also helps that she really wanted to check out my house. She giggles at my look of defeat. That's no fair. I totally saw you peeking when I went to hide. Did not, she says. Her hands go to her hips. You're just angry that I found you first. I still have to find Max. Did you see which way he went? I open my mouth to tell her that he isn't up here. I saw him going toward the kitchen when we ran off to hide, but catch myself. Her smile widens. Nice try, I say. Not even a little hint. This place is massive, she's telling me. We've been in our new house a whole week, and I still haven't memorized the layout. There are at least a dozen bedrooms and as many bathrooms, and there are 3 whole stories to explore, not including the basement. Not that I'd ever go down there unless Mom made me go do the laundry. The mansion is monstrously large, but somehow costs the same as our 2-bedroom condo in New York. I guess moving to the country has its perks. We get to stay in a sprawling mansion. Fine, she says when I shake my head. I'll find him myself then. He's a lot better at hiding though, so it might take a while. You have to stay here and unpack as punishment. She winks, then turns on her heel and runs off down the hall. I try not to remark personally. I barely know her or Max. I just met her at school on Monday, so I'm still getting used to her brand of humor. It's November, which means they've already been in school a while. I'd honestly be terrified that I wouldn't make any friends, but the moment I showed up in class, Lila or Lila, whatever you want to call it again, walked right over to me, Max beside her, and introduced the two of them. Roman, no. Sorry guys, he's interrupted. Okay, hold on. You must be the kid who moved into the manor house, she said. Welcome. And really, they were the only kids who were welcoming. Pretty much everyone else in the class ignored me. I didn't know if it was because of the color of my skin or the fact that we'd moved into the biggest house in town. Wow. But it was unsettling. Lila or Leela, whatever you want to call it, and Max, though, didn't seem to care about any of that. We played together and swapped stories all through recess, and after school that first night we went to the park until dark. Max's mom even drove me home, which was super kind since my house is at the top of the hill and surrounded by woods. Lila and Max had come with in the moment we reached the house. Lila gasped in awe. Wow, she whispered, then looked at me. I bet it's even cooler on the inside, which I guess seemed like more than enough reason to invite the both of them here for game night. Truth to be told, I think they're both just excited to explore the house. Apparently, it's sort of a mystery to the a mystery to the kids in town. I'm just grateful for the company. We've barely been here a week, and the massive empty hallways and enormous rooms feel incredibly lonely. No matter how loudly my parents blare their music, I stand by the door listening to her run from room to room, calling out Max's name. It makes me smile, even though we just met. I can tell that the three of us will be best friends, which is good because my parents would be terrified that I'd have a hard time adjusting out there. If I ignored the strange looks I get from some of the other classmates, I'd say I'm doing a good job. I think I'm having an easier time adjusting out here than I did back in New York City, or NYC. I, there, I didn't really have any friends. I didn't play sports and I wasn't cool or smart enough to be at any of the clubs. And my school didn't have a band program until 5th grade. So I couldn't even play an instrument, which just meant I spent a lot of recesses on my own and weekends. Hearing Lila or Leela wandering down the halls singing out, "Oh, Max," as he searches for him makes me smile. But then I remember that I'm supposed to be unpacking as punishment for her finding me first. So I head back into the room and peel the tape from one of the boxes. Nothing but dishes inside. Ugh, this was supposed to be down in the kitchen, 2 floors down. I picked up the box when I feel it, a tingling on the back of my neck, a cold breath. Someone watching me. He's not in here, I say to Lila. I already told you. I glance up towards the standing mirror propped in the corner. I can see all the way to the end of the hall, to where a girl stands clutching a teddy bear. Guys, that was chapter 1. That was pretty good. That was pretty good for the first chapter. Again, this was Follow Me, and I will do part 2 soon. See y'all.